Okay, this is your second paper, paper 2, industrial relations. So we have started this, I think, couple of classes we have taken. Paper 2, industrial relations. We understood what is the meaning of relation, what is the impact. This is the syllabus. This is your content of the course in this paper. Meaning we have understood what does it mean, then what determines the industrial relation system. Today we will discuss different models. Let's recap it, whatever we understood. What is industrial relations? Any relations between employee and employer, that is industrial relation, right? This is what we discussed. Any relation. It could be one-on-one relations with employer and employee. It could be through relations through a union, through a party, or through a group of people. Any relations between employer and employee. That is that impacts on many things. That controls the organization, that controls the individual, whoever working, that controls the management. So in this paper, we'll read this. And who are the other party involved? There are third party, there are tribunals, there are courts, there are unions, trade unions. Those people are involved in this process, and how that is impacting the organization profitability. We'll discuss everything. First, we see the meaning. Industrial relations refer to all types of relations between employers and workers. Employers means whoever providing the work. Malik. Workers, the people who are working. Normally, this kind of term used in factory. This could be a national relationship, regional relationship, company level relationship, all level. Well, all level, what are the different types of relations? And all dealing with social and economic issues such as wage setting, working time, and working condition. Suppose you have a factory, you have employed many people. There are 50 people or 100 people working under you. So there could be many things related to their work, related to their wages, related to their bonus, related to the work environment, their family scheme, so a lot of things. And you as an employer has to manage everything, has to listen to everything. So that's the relationship we are talking about. So whenever an employer has problem, talk to employee, and employee has problem, talk to employee. That's the relationship. That talking can be any form. Positive talk, negative talk, any kind of talk. That is the relationship we are talking. There are two terms, industry and relations. If you talk about this paper, industrial relations, this includes two terms, industry and relations. So relations between the employee and employer within the industry. So that is what we are talking in this paper. And these are the characteristics of industrial relations. Industrial relations are the result of employment relationship in industrial enterprise. When you are recruiting people, when you are employing people, so you have a team, they are working for you. So that establishes, that creates the relationship between you and the team. That is what said in the first point. Industrial relations introduce the concept and method of balancing and cooperating. So when you have a good relations, you have a different result. When you have a bad relations, you have a different result. So that relationship works in a balancing mode. So suppose there is a conflict between the employee and employer. So the employee has a union, has a trade union. They come to a strike. They demand their need to the employer. So employer has to agree certain things. Employee has to agree certain things. So that means there is a balance. So both the party has to agree certain things, has to come down and listen to others. So then only you can come to a conclusion. So you take example of any strike, any union who are demanding ଯେଉଁଟା ଆମର କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଧର୍ମଘଟ strike, whatever you are demanding to the government. So if government is not listening to you, then you will keep on demanding, keep on quarreling, keep on fighting. If government is listening to you and you are listening to government, so both the party is compromising certain things, then only you are deciding something. So that's why it is told the balancing is a method of balancing and cooperating each other. This industrial relations formulate rules and regulations. So when there is a conflict, there is a dispute, there is a disagreement, there are different tribunals, different courts to resolve that. So that means that is creating different rules and regulations how to handle this conflict, how to manage this situation. So it creates different rules and regulations. The intervention of government to shape the industrial relations is made through laws, agreement, rules, charter, etc. Sometimes government is also interfering to understand the conflict, understand the disagreement. So this intervention is required in industrial relations. Intervention of government to shape the industrial relations. Government is also involved in this. Industrial relations incorporate both individual and corporate relations, collective relations. That's what I told. So it's not only one-on-one relationship. It's related to the group, a collective relationship, a team relationship. So it depends both. Several parties plays role in industrial relations. The main parties are employees and their organization, employers and their organization, employee and employer. That's what I told. The main relations between employee and employer and the government. These are three major parties in this relation. So these are the characteristics of industrial relations. Nature of industrial relations, characteristics, and same thing come in a different word. Nature of industrial relations. What are the scope of industrial relations? So once you understand, you can write all these things. Then, what are the objective? Why this industrial relationship is created? What are the main objective of this relationship? What it does? And what it functions? That we'll understand. If there is a good relationship, there is a peace. To establish industrial peace, that means the conflict between the authority and the workers are resolved through this relationship. Establishing industrial peace. Whenever there is a strike, there is a conflict, there is something dispute, so that peace is given by good relationship. Safeguard the interest of both workers and management. Workers ମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଇକ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କର କିଛି ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟ ଅଛି, ସପୋଜ ତାଙ୍କର ଦରମା ବଢ଼େଇବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି କିମ୍ବା ତାଙ୍କର ୱାର୍କ ଏନଭାରନମେଣ୍ଟ ଭଲ ନାହିଁ, they are demanding certain things regarding their wages, regarding their salary, regarding their work environment. Management also listening to them. So workers are presenting their interest, safeguarding their interest based on this relationship. If they don't have good relations with the management, then they cannot demand this. So that means this relationship safeguard the interest of both workers and management. Management also listen to their demand based on their constraint, their requirement, their budget. Suppose workers are demanding more salary and management is not giving more salary. Management has less budget, but they are coming to a conclusion after the negotiation. So workers are demanding, management is not giving. That means there is a big conflict. So whenever the workers are asking, the management is convincing, okay, we cannot change your salary this month, maybe we'll do it in next month or after 2 months. Then the workers are agreeing to that. So it means they are telling, they are presenting their each of their problem, each of their constraint, and they are listening to each other. That means they are safeguarding their individual interest. Another objective is avoiding dispute, to avoid industrial dispute. There is the production capacity, establish industrial democracy. So if your workers are happy, your productivity will be more. That is increasing the productivity, increasing the capacity of the factory, minimize the labor turnover rate. Labor turnover rate, what I was telling about you. Labor turnover rate means people are leaving and people are joining. The ratio between people are leaving and people are joining is labor turnover. So if people are happy, if workers are happy, there is good relations, then the rate is minimized. People will not move to a different factory, they will stay. So that will minimize the labor turnover rate. To safeguard the workers' economic and social interest. Economic interest is their salary, wages, whatever they are getting the economically. Social interest is communication, work environment. If a person is working but there is no proper environment available, work culture is not there. If you are asking a person and the person should able to have the minimum things, drinking water, wherever the person will wash and all these things. So minimum facilities should be there. If that is not there, that is the social need of a person. Economic need and social need. There This kind of relationship, industrial relations, safeguarding and addressing the workers' economic and social need. Contribute to the economic development of the country through productivity. If your industry is good, your productive, your production is more and it is very much productive, then the economic condition will be good of the country. The country is economically sound if the industry is sound. Establish full employment situation. Suppose you have a big industry and some of the production is not working, is stopped. That means your employment is stopped, but not give to you are not able to complete your employment because your industrialization is not complete. Your production is not complete. You are not able to do the work 100%. When there is a full capacity, when your production is working, so you'll be able to employ more, you'll be able to recruit more, the people are working, that increases the full employment situation. Full employment situation means whenever your factory is working with 100% capacity, that means you are able to recruit many people, you are able to employ people around all the unit of a factory with 100% capacity, that is full employment situation. One of the component in your factory suppose not working, not doing work, and your trade union, your concern, your employees are concerned about that. They are demanding. If that is working, maybe you will recruit some people. Some people will get their job. So you will work on that. Your union, your people are working on that. So that is full employment situation. To minimize strikes or lockout, whenever there is a good relationship in industrial relations, whenever you are talking frequently to the management if you are a worker, so that will minimize the non-productive hours different through strikes, lockouts. Most of the times employee will do the lockout and strikes because of different issues. So those issues are addressed through different good relationship between employee and employer. So whenever you are having a good relationship, you are minimizing those non-productive hours. Non-productive hours means whenever someone is unhappy, they will come and strike. Suppose your employee will say, okay, today there is no production, they'll lock out the industry. So you have a great loss out of it. To recover that, you have to listen to them, you have to talk to them, you should understand the need of those people, need of your employer, your employee. So what is there, what they are asking. So these are the different objectives of industrial relationship. If you are having good relations, and if there is a union, there is a group, there is a team who is having good relations between the management and all your employee are grouped, then what is the outcome? Why this relationship is important? What is the outcome? So these are the points, these are the different objectives. Broadly, you remember few things. So this safeguarding the interest of employee, employer, government, everyone, whoever party are involved. So it is in safeguarding the interest of each party. Then another thing is it is establishing the peace. So when there is a good relationship, it is establishing the peace, it is minimizing the strikes, lockout, non-productive hours. So it will give the more productive to the industry. So when the industry is more productive, it will increase the country's economic level. So these are the different aspects of industrial relationship, different characteristics of industrial relationship. So it's easy to remember when you think or visualizing a story form. Suppose there is an industry, and if the people who are working in the industry, if they are having good relations with the boss, with the manager, with the industrialist, whoever is owner, or I can say the employer, and then what are the different benefits? Benefits is the industry having good relations, minimizing the strikes, lockout, establishing the industrial peace, increasing the productivity, and safeguarding their individual interest. Both workers' interest and management interest, and addressing their different needs, social need, economic need. And once the productivity is more of the industry, then the productivity, the economic condition of the country will grow. There are several important benefits of industrial relations. So this is very easy to remember. After this, we have discussed already. That next thing we'll understand the different models of industrial relations. So we'll take a quick break here. Then we'll discuss different models of industrial relations. So we'll join after 5 minutes in the same link. Same link will join after 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.